We need to calculate a cubed minus b cubed over a minus b when a is equal to 4 and b is equal to 2. Let's do it. This is 4 cubed minus 2 cubed over 4 minus 2. 4 cubed is equal to 64 and 2 cubed is 8 over 4 minus 2, which is equal to 2. So this is equal to 56 divided by 2, which is equal to 28. To solve this question, let's take the square of both terms here first. So what we have is 1 over 2m squared, 2m squared is 1 over 4m squared times 2 times, plus 2 times 1 over 2m times m plus m squared. This must be equal to 64, which is 8 squared. Now let's see it. M cancel each other out, 2 cancel each other out, and I have 1 here. So 1 over 4m squared plus m squared plus 1 is equal to 64. They're asking me this value, don't forget it. So if I subtract 1 from each side, I'm going to have 1 over 4m squared plus m squared is equal to 64 minus 1, which is equal to 63. X squared minus 6x plus 9 is actually equal to x minus 3's square. And x squared minus x minus 6 is equal to x minus 3 times x plus 2. Then what I have when I have this x plus 3 cancelling out with this one is x minus 3 over x plus 2. So the denominators are equal to each other here. I can put everything, or both numerators, under the same denominator, over the same denominator, which is x squared minus 49 I have. I can just say that 7 minus x here. As you can see here, x squared minus 49 is actually equal to x minus 7 times x plus 7. And I can take this term here into the parenthesis of minus 1. So it's going to become minus x minus 7. At this point, I can cancel x minus 7's out. What I'm going to have is minus 1 here over x plus 7. Here's how to do this question. This term here is actually x plus 4 squared divided by x plus 4, and this is x plus 3's square. So it turns out this way. This cancels out this one. This cancels out this one. There's no square anymore, and there's no denominator. What I only have is x plus 4 plus x plus 3, which gives out 2x plus 7. This expression in the numerator is actually x plus 4 times x plus 2. And what I have in the denominator is x plus 2 times x plus 3. So when these cancel each other out, what I have is x plus 4 over x plus 3. Let's take the square of both sides first. So what I have is m squared plus 2mn plus n squared is equal to 16. What we are looking for is m squared plus n squared. Therefore, we subtract 2mn from each side. So what I have here in the left hand side is m squared plus n squared, which will be equal to 16 minus 2mn. In this question, if you try to perform the operation by replacing x by 5.5 directly, it's going to make you get confused and it will consume a lot of time. Rather than that, let's first see that the expression above is equal to x plus 5's square. So let's divide it by x plus 5, so that I'm going to end up with x plus 5. Now I can replace x by 5.5, which means 5.5 plus 5 is equal to 10.5. That's it. If you try to replace m&m with the values with the equation here, it's going to be time consuming and confusing. That's why I would suggest you to do this way. Actually, what we have here is equal to m plus n's square, and we have m minus n here. Now you can replace it with numbers, so it's going to be easier for you. Let's do it now. Now what we have is 4.3 plus 2.7's square over 4.3 minus 2.7, which is actually what we have here. Here is 7, so what we have is 7 square over 1.6, which is actually 49 over 1.6. Since we cannot have any decimals in the numerator, we have to multiply each side by 10. This is going to be 490, and this is going to be 16. That's it. At the beginning, let's merge these two numbers by expanding with each other. So what we have is 6b plus 2a over ab. Now let's multiply each side by x, so we get rid of this x. What we have is now 4 is equal to 6b plus 2a over ab times x. Now what we need to do is to get rid of this function, so the x is left alone. In order to do that, I have to multiply each side by the reverse of this function, which is ab over 6b plus 2a, and the other side too, ab over 6b plus 2a. So these cancel each other out. What I have is 4 times ab over 6b plus 2a. If you want, you can simplify it by taking into parentheses of 2, which means 2 times 2ab over 2 times 3b plus a. These cancel each other out. Both of them could be the right answer. We can easily see that the numerator is actually x plus 3 times x plus 5, and the denominator is actually x plus 5 times x plus 1. What we need to do is to cancel these terms out, which leaves me with x plus 3 over x plus 1. Once again, we expand a by b and b by a. So what we have is 5 over x is equal to 3b minus 4a over ab. Now let's multiply each side by x, so we get rid of the x here, multiplied by x. Now I need to get rid of this term here, so what I need to do is to multiply each side by the reverse of this term, which is ab over 3b minus 4a here, and ab over 3b minus 4a here. Let's do it. Then what I will have here is, these will cancel each other out, so I'll be left alone with x here. And here I have 5 multiplied by ab over 3b minus 4a.